Hi, third graders. So we have spent a lot of time talking about the addition and subtraction strategies that we have learned, adding and subtracting by place value, base 10 blocks, and the number line. And this PowerPoint is to help you review and also practice these strategies. It can be used as your 10 minutes of math at night, or you can also just do it for practice if you're feeling like one of the strategies is harder for you than the others. So a huge part about adding and subtracting with the strategies that we've learned is being able to decompose or break apart numbers into smaller parts so that they are easier to add and subtract. So, for example, if I have to add or subtract using the number 72, we want to think about how we can break apart that number 72 to help us add it and subtract it more easily, because taking one hop of 72 on the number line or just adding on 72 in our head or subtracting it is going to be very difficult. So one way we can break apart numbers is by place value. Okay, so imagining that we have our place value cards in front of us. Okay, you always need to ask yourself, what does this 7 represent based on the place that it's in? Okay, now since it's in the tens place, we know this 7 is going to represent 7 tens. Or if we separate our place value cards, 70. That hidden 0 is behind there. So we always need to remember that the 7 in the tens place represents 70. Okay, and then this 2, since it's in the ones place, just represents 2. So the number 72 is the same thing as 70 plus 2. And when we decompose the number like that, it's easier for us to add or subtract it. Okay, let's try another number. Okay, 481. So again, I have my place value cards here. And we really need to think about what each number represents based on the place that it's in. So my 4 is in the hundreds place. So I know that my 4 is representing 4 hundredths. Or if I move my place value cards, 400. Those hidden zeros are still there, even though there are numbers in the tens place and ones place. So in my hundreds place, I have 4. And then in my tens place, I have an 8. Now, since the 8 is in the tens place, it is really representing 8 tens or 80. And we can see that 80 by breaking apart our place value cards. And this 1 is just a 1 since it's in the ones place. So 481. We can also say as 400 plus 80 plus 1. Okay, breaking apart the number really helps us when adding or subtracting. Now, if you feel like 400 is too big of a jump for you to take or too big of a number for you to add or subtract to another, you can also decompose or break apart that number further, okay, to help you add and subtract. So you could break apart this 400 further into 2 200s, okay, or 100 and 100. Okay, so being able to break apart and manipulate numbers is super important when adding and subtracting. So to help you practice, go ahead and decompose the numbers on the next slide.